Yingsi Collins here, bringing you some First Strike Qualifiers post-match interviews for Esports. Joining me today is Nolpenki's Vakk. Vakk, you guys have played, I'd say, almost every qualifier now in the last 2 weeks. Last week you made it all the way through to the game just before the best of three, and you lost to Prodigy. It was a very, very close game. It could have gone either way. Of course, we didn't really have the VODs for it. But now I have you here. Talk me through what happened in that game and what went wrong.
Okay, what happened? We were leading super hard, like 6-0. And from 6-0, it was starting... everything went down. Like, they changed their playstyle. They changed everything, how they play. So we kind of tried to adapt to it, but it wasn't working. So basically, we won the half anyway, 7-5. And as far as I remember, they changed super, like... they did what they were doing, I think they're supposed to do. But we were winning the rounds. It was like 11-6, I think, or 11-7. And then what happened? They started playing super slow, and they were basically sitting for B main, and one guy just getting in for an A. We were trying to do like mid pushes to get information around them, but it wasn't working really well. So I mean, we just were out of ideas, and I think this is when the experience comes in, and when you have to play around a team that you never played before. They were super passive, and we never played against team like that. So, I mean, we tried things, but it wasn't working. So it went really sad. I was really upset the game because it was kind of our game already, but we managed to throw it. But I try not to overthink about it because we are a new team, and things happen. So, I mean, it's just really important to just learn from the game and just keep going forward. So that's what happened.
I've seen a lot of players and also teams say that this was a lot tougher than perhaps they realised going into the qualifier. What would you say has been you and your team's biggest challenge? What have you found particularly difficult in this qualifier?
Probably best-of-1's, I think. We are a new team. I mean, how to say, we feeling really confident on, like, I would say 2 maps. Like, I would say we can play 2 maps, but other 2 are just kind of mixed feelings. We're not really confident on that, and especially when it comes to best-of-1's, it's like super hard when you're a new team play against teams that you never played before, and every team is playing differently. So I think it's really hard for us as a new team to adapt to the enemies and just play around them. And I would say it would be easier for us if it would be best-of-3. I mean, I don't know the reason why it's best-of-1, but I mean, especially when Europe needs like organizations coming up and new teams, like you can't really like show yourself against good opponents because it's best-of-1. And what happens is best-of-1 is the teams win that like the one team is gonna win that basically hits the better shots, clutches the important rounds. And I think in tournament like First Strike, which is kind of, how to say, basically your whole career is depending on. I mean, I'm talking about this point, like current point. Like if you win First Strike, you're like getting so much attention, you're getting organizations and everything. And I don't see the reason why to make best-of-1's in such an important tournament and just let like how to say, basically new teams come up in best-of-3 instead of best-of-1's. Like I really can't understand why it's best-of-3 in CIS in every single region, but not in EU. So, I mean.
No, I completely understand what you mean, especially when the games are not being streamed. So it's going to be even harder for a team like you to get noticed. But of course, you guys already built a very solid brand for yourselves before going into this qualifier. All of your players are very well known, yourself included. And just touching on the org point that you made, that this is potentially life-changing for you and your teammates if you get far or if you get noticed. Are you in talks with orgs at the moment? As in, is this like, is all the pressure on this tournament, as in like if you don't do well in this tournament you're not going to get offers?
Personally, there's no pressure on like when I play the tournament, I don't care about the orgs. I don't care how far we go. I just focus on one game, like one at a time. I just want to win the best-of-1 series. I just want to qualify. My main point is to qualify. And after qualifying, it doesn't matter if we get org or we don't. Like when you asked about organizations, I can say that like we're speaking with some, but it's not like really, like as I said, it really depends on the First Strike, and we're not even sure like what they want to do with us. Are they gonna take full team or no? It's really a big question mark. So that's what I said, that qualifying for all of us five as a team is like really important. And I mean, that's what we're trying to do. But it's best-of-1's and it's hard, so we're just trying to focus up and just keep going.
I'm assuming that you'd want to stay as a 5 no matter what happens, right? That's the goal.
Personally, yes, because I don't think Europe can get better team with any other free agents. I mean, it's really like when it comes to Nolpenki forming a team, it was me basically and Senior getting players, and that was really rough to get good, actually 5 players, because there was no good free agents. And I mean, when I say good, I don't want to like push the other players down, but like from our perspective, it was like something really hard to find. And I mean, it was really great timing on the free agent list because Aaron went bonk, left bonk, and we got some good players on it. So, I mean, personally, I don't think there's a better team that like better players, I would say, that could form a better team than we currently have. Uh, and I mean, personally, I would like to stay the 5 guys, like how it is right now, and just work on some things. Because I already said to the guys that I can't have big plans about the team, like about some changes in the team. Because, as I said, we're feeling confident on 2 maps, and other 2 are like kind of question marks. So I just want to spend way more time on the practices and maybe custom games to just see what's worked best for the team, and maybe change some players from the agents, mix some agents in there, let maybe Zeke to play like some duelist or something. I just really want to try every single player on different roles, see how they like approach the game, how they play it. And I mean, I just really want to put more time into it, but it didn't happen because First Strike came up so fast. Even I thought that we have a lot of time, but it's not happening.
Are you the captain and the IGL for this team right now?
I am the captain, but I'm not the IGL. I mean, it's really hard to say that we have IGL in the team because as a captain, my main goal was to build a team without any strict IGLs. Just to get really good players that can like that play around like that. Because Aaron, when he left Bunk, he said that they played similar style how we're playing right now. So basically, we have a Zeke, which is IGL, and then what we do, we just trying to get information. We play around map, we get important information, who's playing where, and then we playing based on the information. So we basically try to play around, and as I said, like try to spot weak spots in the enemy's team and just play around it. This is what I wanted. I think this is what's happening right now, and I'm really happy with the result. Also, communication side is really strong as well. I just can feel the difference since the beginning, and now it's like huge difference. And I just want to keep working to keep working forward with the players I have currently, and I'm really happy that I have such a strong individuals on my team currently. So.
Like you said, you're one of the best unsigned teams in Europe right now. I think both in terms of your individual skills and also what you've been able to achieve so far with this roster. How difficult do you think it is to fulfill and show your full potential? Because a lot of people will look at your results so far in this qualifier and feel like maybe you've underperformed.
Honestly, I don't care what people say, right? Because we are a new team. I came in First Strike with the mindset that everything can happen, but our main goal is just to qualify. Like, I don't care if you lose, if you not qualify. Like, I literally don't care. And what I want is just to keep sticking together and just keep working on the things. Because everyone from the team knows that what we can do. Like, I mean, I can start talking about practice, but it doesn't matter because it's scrims and it doesn't make any sense. But we know as players that we can beat any team. And I mean, we just really need to get experience together, keep playing more, because in best-of-1's it's really hard to fail. And I mean, I don't care what people are saying, honestly, especially in best-of-1's. Like, so I think in best-of-3's it would be different, but I don't want to talk about it further because it makes no sense, because we don't have best-of-3's, but hopefully we will qualify to playoffs and we'll get a chance to prove ourselves.
Well, what would it mean for the team if you don't make it to the main event in December?
Honestly, I don't know a lot about my team, what the plan is. Personally, as I said, I would like to stick up, but we haven't talked about it. We fully focus on First Strike. After First Strike, there might be some orgs that wants to pick up the players. There might be some teams that want to pick star players, for example, Zeke, CNET, or something. It's just really about waiting and see where the things are turning. So I think the most important thing is just wait for the First Strike to end, and then we will see what's going on.
Well, how would you compare this sort of international roster to the original Nolpenki, you know, being sort of that all Lithuanian vibe? So what's different about this new roster?
Everything. First of all, language, right? Language is like it was struggling in the beginning, but as I said, I'm really feeling the difference since the beginning and the current state. I'm really happy with how it went and how it's going. I can talk maybe about individual skill, like in this team, of course. I'm not saying that Lithuanians are bad, but it's a big bump up, like that we have the players in the team and like seeing it, like we all know seeing it. I started realizing Zeke because he's really good as a player, and it's like big difference between the players, of course, and the understanding of the game, and like I don't know what else. I guess the mentality as well. People are being more confident. People believe that they can build, that they can beat strong teams. People are really confident in each other. For example, this is the first team I probably played with that I feel super confident with. Like I don't know how to explain it, but I never felt that confident in any team I played. So I can rely a lot on these guys that I play with. I know that I can clutch the rounds. I know that I can kill people. I'm really confident in them, and as I said, I don't want to change anything in the current team and just keep working forward and fix our mistakes and just prove people that best-of-1's are not good.
I mean, it feels like you're talking about trust, right? So you trust all your teammates more
Yes.
than you do maybe in previous rosters. And speaking of previous rosters, was there a reason why you decided to stick with Nolpenki as the team to go forward, even though you changed for other people on the roster?
The main reason it was just that we have a start already, right? Nolpenki was already like having a Wikipedia page, which is like not that important, but still, you have the achievements under the team name, so there's no really point. There's literally no point to create a new team name and just start everything from zero. And we just decided to go with Nolpenki. There's nothing more, to be honest. It's just we had some achievements. We had a kind of set thing, like the whole team name and everything. So we just decided to move forward with the Nolpenki, and everyone was happy about it.
Lastly, you said before, you know, there are still a few things you need to work on. You didn't get as much time as you would have liked to be able to get everything perfect. You know, you probably do have an evening or a day here and there if you do make it to the playoffs this weekend. What is it that you would say that your team will be focusing on in the area that you need to improve?
I would say keeping like most important thing right now. I think is just try to find a way how to play against slow teams. I think this is the most important thing. As we talked about Prodigy, they played super slow. They played on nerves. We didn't get any duels, and they played it perfectly. I think this is the most important thing, to find a way to fight against super slow teams. Just to try to find the weak spots, as I said. I mean, we tried it in game, but as I said, it was lack of experience, in my opinion, and I think it's only about this thing that we need to just find a way to play around slow teams.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time back, and best of luck with the rest of your games in the qualifiers this week.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
See you.
Always a pleasure. Have a good one.
Yeah,
Bye.
you too.